Here's a list of things you can try when you can't sleep. Sleeping is basically zoning out, but more extremely. So if you're thinking, I need to sleep for that thing tomorrow, you won't sleep. You need to tell yourself that you're not going to sleep at all, and you're just going to have to lie there and think all night, because that still counts as rest. Accept that you won't sleep. Give up on sleeping. Just let your brain think of whatever it wants to, because it's trying to process things. Turn your fan on or off, the opposite of what it was. If your aircon, computer, or anything else that makes a buzz or hum sound is on, turn it off. You can try doing a 180 on your bed, so lie the opposite way around, head to toe. This especially works with that weird dull ache that your body can sometimes get. What also works for that dull ache is no matter how much you want to, don't move. Focus on not moving. Eventually your body will switch into morning mode. You know that super comfy feeling when you wake up? That's morning mode. Don't move. Your pillow might be too high or too low. Try using a blanket. This way you can mold it to the perfect place and comfort. Having a full stomach can help. Food comas is a phrase for a reason. Sometimes you just need to be full. If you build a sleep routine, shower, eat, brush your teeth, drink water, then get into bed, whenever you do those things, your brain would have learnt that that means you're about to sleep, so it will trigger melatonin and make you sleep. Another thing you've probably heard is circling your body to relax every muscle. We can tense muscles and not realize. As long as you're tensing a muscle, you can't fall asleep. So one body part at a time, go around in circles, relaxing each of them. If you get distracted, that's okay, just keep going. You can use meditation videos on YouTube or phone apps. Usually they end with a wake up, so you might want to download them and cut that part out, but they're really useful. If you get constant nightmares, try practicing going lucid. Being lucid takes away the fear. It takes practice, but it gets you out of the frequent nightmare loop. The only bad thing about it is it probably decreases your brain's processing capacity, so there's less quality sleep, but it's totally worth it if you aren't sleeping at all. So if you don't have bad dreams, I do not recommend going lucid. Sleeping when you're too hot causes nightmares. Make sure you're cool enough, even if you get a wet towel and put it on your forehead. If you hadn't heard of circadian rhythms, YouTube search and explanation, you can get free apps that help you with it, but this rhythm is the reason why you suddenly don't want to sleep anymore. You miss the end of the cycle and will have to wait another 1.5 hours for the next one. Get out of bed, walk around, do something new and stimulating, and as soon as you feel the beginning of being tired again, instantly go to bed. You'll also feel much better if you wake up at the exact end of a cycle. Use the apps. If you're thinking too much, it can help to get up and write everything down, then focus your thoughts onto something that is boring, uneventful, or repetitive. Anything that could raise your heart rate will keep you awake. Open a window. You can be uncomfortable and restless if you don't have fresh air. When you breathe, notice that there's a line where you know that was enough air to breathe. What you want to do is always hit that line and try not to go over it. It will get smaller and smaller until you're asleep. You can also try telling yourself that you're not allowed to sleep. What helps with this is keeping the light on and that you're just going to rest your eyes just for a bit and that's it. Another thing you've probably heard is blue light. All screens have it. There are display options in the settings and your device may have a blue light filter. Either don't use technology 2 hours before sleep or always use the blue light filter. Your brain thinks it's the blue sky and tells you to stay awake. If you're in a cold environment, there's a chance you're not warm enough to zone out, so try another blanket. I know this is weird, and this one has nothing to do with horror movies at all. It's literally just a random psychology thing someone noticed in a study. Move any mirrors so you cannot see yourself in them. It sounds creepy, but it's really not. If you're a more anxious person, getting a weighted blanket can help. And of course you've all heard that going to sleep at the same time and waking up at the same time helps train your brain to sleep. Doing physical things all day can help you keep a sleep routine by tiring your body as well as the mind. Don't use something you're listening to for the first time. You might want to pay attention to the new information. Listen to something a few times before you use it to go to sleep. This way the brain can predict what the information is and knows that there's no need to get you to focus on it. I made a sensory story that can help with calming down in times of anxiety, escaping life, or to help you sleep. I'll put it at the end of this and also in the description. Anytime you have trouble sleeping, go through this list until one of them works. Of course, if you're having extreme trouble with sleep, it's best to talk to your doctor about it and get professional help. If you have any tips of your own, let everyone know down in the comments. Thanks for watching and good night, sleep well, get some sunlight tomorrow.